In this podcast episode, Fraser Nelson, a prominent journalist and former editor of The Spectator, discusses the complexities of the welfare system in the UK, particularly focusing on the rising number of individuals on long-term sickness benefits. The conversation delves into the implications of this trend for society, the economy, and the individuals affected by it. Nelson begins by highlighting the alarming statistic that approximately 3.5 million people are currently on long-term sickness benefits in the UK. He argues that this figure is not merely a reflection of individual circumstances, but rather indicative of a systemic issue that has led to a significant portion of the population being effectively written off. Once individuals are categorized as sick, they disappear from unemployment statistics, allowing politicians to boast about low unemployment rates while ignoring the underlying problems. The documentary Nelson produced sheds light on the lives of those trapped in this system, revealing that many feel isolated and abandoned. He recounts the story of a man who, despite having mental health issues, received benefits quickly, but was left without any follow-up support from health services. This lack of engagement from the system, according to Nelson, leads to a cycle of dependency where individuals are given a check but no real assistance to improve their lives. While acknowledging that some individuals may exploit the system, Nelson emphasizes that the real issue lies within the welfare system itself, which is rife with loopholes and inefficiencies. He points out that the acceptance rate for sickness benefits is around 80%, and the process for obtaining these benefits is often cursory, relying on brief telephone assessments rather than thorough evaluations. This creates an environment where individuals may feel compelled to exaggerate their conditions to secure benefits. Nelson argues that the current system robs work of its economic purpose and denies individuals the dignity that comes from employment. He believes that the welfare system should be reformed to provide better support for those who genuinely need it, rather than allowing them to fall into a cycle of dependency. The discussion also touches on the rising prevalence of mental health issues among those claiming benefits. Nelson notes that mental health claims now account for a significant portion of sickness benefits, and the criteria for determining whether someone is too sick to work can be subjective. He highlights the need for proper occupational health support and assessments to ensure that individuals receive the help they need to re-enter the workforce. Nelson expresses concern that the current approach to mental health often leads to individuals being prescribed medication rather than receiving the necessary therapeutic support. He argues that this medicalization of mental health issues can result in long-term dependency on medication without addressing the root causes of the problems. The economic ramifications of the welfare system are a central theme in the conversation. Nelson points out that the cost of long-term sickness benefits is projected to reach £100 billion, a figure that is unsustainable for the UK economy. He argues that the government must take action to reform the system, not only for the sake of the individuals affected, but also to alleviate the financial burden on taxpayers. Nelson suggests that the government should implement measures to encourage individuals to seek employment, such as providing clear information about the potential benefits of returning to work and offering financial incentives for those who do. He believes that a more proactive approach to welfare reform could lead to a healthier economy and a more engaged workforce. The conversation shifts to the topic of immigration, with Nelson arguing that the UK has managed to absorb immigrants more successfully than many other European countries. He acknowledges that while immigration can bring challenges, it also presents opportunities for economic growth. Nelson emphasizes the importance of integrating immigrants into society and ensuring that they contribute positively to the economy. He points out that the UK is projected to experience a significant increase in its working-age population over the next few decades, which could help mitigate the challenges posed by an aging population. However, he cautions that this demographic shift must be managed carefully to avoid social tensions and ensure that all members of society feel included. Throughout the discussion, Nelson reflects on the concept of British identity and what it means to be British in a multicultural society. He argues that the UK has a unique opportunity to define its identity in a way that embraces diversity while also promoting shared values and a sense of belonging. He believes that fostering a strong sense of Britishness is essential for social cohesion and the successful integration of immigrants. Nelson acknowledges that there are challenges to this vision, particularly in light of rising tensions surrounding immigration and cultural differences. He argues that it is crucial for the government to communicate clearly what it means to be British and to set expectations for those who come to live in the country.